My name is Brad Barr.
This is Andrew Barr.
We are the Barr Brothers, and you're watching Toasted.
Bar Brothers, welcome to Reykjavik.
Thanks. Good to be here.
This wasn't actually meant to be like it happened today, actually, right?
No, not at all.
Yeah, this we were kind of just filling in for our friend Jesse McCormack, whose gear apparently is on its way to Marrakesh, and we, always happy to come in. Someone asks us to play, we'll play. So that was easy. That was a no-brainer.
But I mean, this was actually lucky because this is partially a holiday for one of you guys, I understand. Is that true?
Yeah, I was supposed to just be here with my wife, enjoying myself. I was like, I'll just go to the festival. I'm not going to play this year. I'm just going to enjoy it. And then lo and behold, next thing I knew, we were kind of thrown into a wonderful record store gig, which is great.
It's worth adding that his wife is also our band's manager and the manager of Jesse McCormack, so she sort of orchestrated the fallout.
It must be actually cool to play these gigs, right? Because I mean, it's so intimate and it was completely packed. There was like a big line going all the way up the street.
Yeah. Whenever the unexpected occurs, it's always inspires you to kind of find new, discoveries. And I think there was at one point a guy had to sit on Brad's amp just to give the amp some human contact for the whole show, just because it was cutting out these kinds of things you can't predict, and they always make for a better show, I think.
Hey, it's been a while since you guys released new music. 2015, the EP. I had the Alta Falls EP. Are you guys actually working on new material?
Well, first of all, is that really a while? At 2015, we put
Almost
something out?
2017, man.
I mean, I know this is it's not the 70s anymore. Bands aren't putting out a record a year, but I still thought we were keeping up on it pretty well. Okay, at least now I know that there's a bit more pressure. We are working on something pretty much every day. We're down in our studio putting it together, and it's maybe 75% done. I don't know. We wanted to put something out in the spring, and it might end up being the fall, but suffice to say, there's some pretty exciting new music, new directions for us. For those that don't know, it's myself, my brother, and we play with a harp player as well. She plays the concert harp, and she's been it's just in the last year she's made sort of amazing leaps with her sound. So that's been an inspiring part of this record. She's now like fully she can go toe to toe with the drums now. It was always sort of an issue that the harp and the drums, the harp always sort of lost in the volume battle, but now she can sort of explode to his degree, and we have a bass player as well. But yeah.
What I know about harp, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not a musician like you guys are, that it's almost impossible to tune one actually, and especially it's impossible to tune one with other instruments as well.
Apparently, it's not as hard to tune as the banjo.
Is that true? I have no idea.
He plays the banjo on the banjo.
The banjo's supposed to be a little out of tune. It's the character. It's the character of the instrument.
Hey, but this is really good news. So you guys are working on new material, and the new record is 75% done, which is
Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's a sort of arbitrary number. With our process, we like to take our time with records. However, this one we wanted to get one out quick because of the sort of just the current impression that if you're not putting something out within, a year or two of your last thing, that you've taken a hiatus or something. So we wanted to get something out really, really quickly and trying to work fast. But it's very, very exciting music for us right now.
Well, it's not about a hiatus for me. I mean, it's more like if you recognize a band, if you start listening to a band, you can go through years in a matter of hours by listening to the music, and then you want more and more and more. So, I mean, that's where it's coming from.
Yeah, it's like that, when you get into a pen pal relationship with somebody almost, you're kind of just waiting for them to write back. Yeah, definitely feel that. I've had that experience many times where I'm just waiting for a band to put something out, and sometimes you almost can feel lukewarm about it at first, and then 2 years later you realize how much you love. It's an interesting, intimate relationship between music, the listening and the making of music.
Do you guys have any fixed songs yet? Do you have any songs that you can name? Do you have a working title for the album yet?
It comes up with about one a day.
Yeah, Finger Blaster.
It's gonna work.
I don't think that's gonna fly with the rest of the band, but that's the one. That's the last one I came up with.
I'm seeing the font all just in fingers,
Hmm.
finger letters.
Are you guys actually also thinking about artwork already? I mean, does it work like that?
Yeah, well now we are, because the last record we made, we finished the record, and then the artwork, it sort of dragged on. It was my wife who did the artwork, and bless her heart, she came up with amazing stuff, but our indecision over it kind of dragged out that process. So I'd like to get those elements sewed up, and they sort of come with the music for us, as the images start to sort of take shape and get clarity on that stuff. The titles and artwork, I hopefully soon follow. I'm trying to stay open and aware of those variables right now.
And there will be vinyl, of course.
It will be what, vinyl? Oh yeah. Justin from Secret City Records, which is our record label, loves putting out vinyl. I think he's got sort of a vinyl fixation. Yeah. And he loves seeing it like realized, almost as much as the band members, enjoy seeing their own thing on vinyl. He loves seeing the package.
The one of the girls from Secret City today got on the plane, and she had these two gigantic shoulder bags, and I was like, "What the hell? What's that?" She's like, "Oh, it's promo vinyl." I feel like we went from vinyl to cassette to CD to these little cards for a while. That was that's all you needed was a couple cards, and now we're back to she was boarding the plane just weighed down, but it was a nice thing to see.
Hey, you decided to take a holiday here. I mean, this is an amazing place. Before we talk about the island, this festival you played here before as well. This is the first time we're here. What an amazing festival, man!
Yeah.
It's first of all just the setting is that anybody wants to come, and be here, and then the music. I tried to start highlighting what I wanted to see today, and I realized I was 10% down the list. The amount of Icelandic bands that are playing is great. Pop Montreal is kind of like that. There's just local bands, get really highlighted, and I think it's super important and super cool for everybody that's coming to this country to see the music, to have that much Icelandic music to see. Yeah, it's a great festival.
I mean, there are only 300,000 people approximately who live here, yet they have at least like 6 world-renowned bands, which is like fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it pisses me off. What the hell? What are they doing? What are they? Must have stardom on violin at 3 years old or something.
No, I think the beer is so expensive that nobody drinks alcohol here. They get more done.
Good point. Yeah. Well, yeah. I'm actually. I would like to get some suggestions, maybe from some of the people around here. Maybe some bands I should go see, because like Andrew, I was kind of overwhelmed with the list of music and the list of bands with letters that I can't pronounce. So I'm kind of at a loss. I need a roadmap to airwaves right now.
The advice I got is just walk around. If you hear something fun, walk in and enjoy, because there's so much happening.
Okay, that's great advice. That was my plan anyway. But yeah, now that I'm here, I'm like, oh, maybe I should get a little bit of a some guidance. But I'm glad to hear that's your plan too. We'll both of us will be just wandering around with our ears up.
Hey, I saw the show. I saw the gig here. It must be tough to play because you don't get a real time to prepare. Yet the atmosphere was fantastic and the sound was great. And it makes me wonder: do you actually record live shows when you guys play like this? Because this is great stuff for people to have.
Someone was recording. She had a video camera. Did she have that? Was it that camera right there? No, it's yours. Okay. We used to, when we were our first band back in the 90s. We used to carry around a DAT machine with 16 tracks. It was as big as, I don't know. It was as big as a half a refrigerator. We used to carry that around with us to record our shows. It was 16 inputs, and then one day I think our trailer flipped over, the machine got destroyed, and we were also at the end of our rope of carrying this thing around. That was the last time we like paid attention to like recording our own shows, was with this like enormous archaic equipment. And since then we just haven't done it. But I guess I'm always kind of waiting for someone else to show up with the mics and the whatever gear to record it. I don't know. What do you think?
Gosh, yeah. I mean, it would be great, but it's we already have so much to listen to all the time. I don't know if I'd ever find the time to go back and listen to it all. But it's great to have a record of. You never know when some kind of strange little magical thing's gonna happen that you want to remember. I always picture myself when I'm like 80, sitting on a porch, putting in some cassettes of that show in Reykjavik where we played as a duo. That's a nice thought.
Yeah, it is a nice thought. But actually, are there gigs right now which stand out that you think like this was fucking amazing?
Yeah. But it's not really my first thought that I wish we recorded it. Although, now that you mention it, yeah, there was some feel like Moncton was great. That would have been really fun to record.
Yeah.
As he says, though, yeah, we feel like we're mired. We're like in a quagmire of our own like undoings with the amount of music we've recorded in our studio, and I'd like to. You should go up to Justin, our record label head, and be like, how come there's not a live CD of this band? You need to get them recorded, send them out on the road with some gear, with an archivist, someone to that'd be the way to get it done. If that's where you're getting at.
I will pester him, man, because I would have loved to have this set of music. Hey, I won't keep you guys any longer. Recording a new album, it's going to be great. You're going to probably finish it in spring. Then more touring. Are you guys doing North America? Are you going to go to Europe?
North America, Europe, the UK. Festivals. We love playing live. It's always kind of been our favorite thing, that anticipation and that just the feeling from playing live. It's been what we've focused most of our lives on. So yeah, we welcome as much touring as possible.
Cool. More information on your Facebook site and social media probably to find you guys.
Yeah, is this your hometown here, Reykjavik? Amsterdam. Nice one. Well, that's one of our favorite places to go. Actually, we dropped Amsterdam in the lyric today.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, we did. Yeah. Been to New York, been to Amsterdam. Boats on the water, joints in my hand. Been set up and broke down, suspicious too. Anyway.
You've been set up in Amsterdam? Yeah. You're not joking here.
Well, it's sort of a double entendre. You're musician. You set up. You gotta set up. You break down. Yeah.
I hope you have good memories about Amsterdam too, though.
Some great memories. We've just our first time there was with Patrick Watson, and he just dragged us all over the city. I met my wife in Amsterdam.
Yeah, I saw that gig.
The Paradiso? Oh yeah. So shortly after that, I met my wife, who was doing lights for Patrick, and she and I just roamed the city together, and it was like, it was a very very interesting way to meet your wife in Amsterdam.
Especially if you go to the red light.
Yeah, which we did. Yeah, that's how I knew she was a keeper. No, we sort of skirted it. I think we ended up. I don't know. It felt like the most wholesome experience you could have in Amsterdam.
I want to ask you to elaborate on that. Hey guys, thanks so much for your time.